you're asking the question, well, how do I market my business online? If that's the question you're asking, my response is, well, great, you clearly already have a business. How do you market it right now? That's it. Because what we tend to find is that there's several different types of sales processes and several different types of strategies that you can really push online, but they don't necessarily align with what your actual sales strategy is in the real world. So let's talk about it. There's really only 4 different types of sales processes, really only looking at 4, all right? And here's what they would be. The first sales process is kind of called the classic, right? It's the sales process that we all know and love. All it really is just us playing into our human behavior, our natural human behavior. Hey, you know what? I have a truck right now. It's a 2015 truck. I like my truck. There's nothing wrong with my truck, but I just want a newer truck. That's it. It's very simple. I've decided that I've got something, there's nothing wrong with it, but I want something just like it, but I just want something new. It's very classic. There's a lot of sales processes built all the way around that particular mindset, right? So if that's the type of mindset you work with, that's great. Let's go ahead and double down on that type of thing, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Now, another type of sales process is that many of us work with, and this is my sales process for what it's worth, is the toe dip process, right? So when you're doing a toe dip process, you're literally just dipping your toe in the waters to see how it feels, right? Here's an example. We all need, on some level, accounting services, right? But accounting is a commodity. We know that we need accounting services, but we don't necessarily know if we jive with the accountant down the street or the accountant down the other street, or if you want to do something remote, whatever. A lot of times you want to talk to your accountant first before you actually give him or her money and engage with them in services. Certainly the same thing can be true of lawyers, right? Like there comes times in everybody's life when you need a lawyer, all right? But for whatever reason, we don't tend to like lawyers very much. I don't really know why. I've got several friends that are great lawyers, or great friends that are lawyers, but regardless, we tend to not like lawyers as much, so we definitely want to dip our toe in the waters with them a little bit just to see if our personalities really sync before we actually engage. That's a toe dip situation. That's a certain type of sales process. Again, if that's a sales process that really works well for you, you should probably go ahead and use a sales process online that works very well with a toe dip style of process. Okay, a third process or a third sales process I might call the Amazon. Okay, what's the Amazon? Hey, I've got a whole lot of products, and you can search for it here and you can buy it. I guess you could also call it the Walmart, the Best Buy, really whatever your favorite large-scale shopping type of platform is. I would just call that the Amazon. It can be online, it can be offline, whatever. That's the Amazon. That's a whole different sales process, totally valid, but that's the way that we're actually bringing clients in. Okay. And then finally is the funnel, all right? So the funnel, effectively, at the end of the day, is this. Funnels are really all about direct sales marketing. We're selling one thing, all right? Just one thing. Perhaps I'm selling you this plant right behind me. That's the one thing I'm selling you in that funnel. And I'm going to put together a sales page that talks all about the fabulous different aspects that this plant has going for you. The ways that it can enhance your office and your life and your workspace and all these things. A lot of great things about that. And right before you go ahead and you purchase this very plant, I might have a little bit of, I might have an order bump, right, that says, hey, would you like some fertilizer to go with that plant? And you'll say, yes, I would, or no, I wouldn't. And I will either increase my order value or not. And it's really that simple, right? That's the funnel. So funnel is much more direct sales, right? So what's really most important is to make sure that whatever your business sales process is in the real world, like, without the internet, let's make sure that that sales process aligns with whatever we're trying to do on the internet. For instance, I'm a consultant. You know what I probably don't want to spend a lot of time doing is attempting to put together sales funnels specifically, all right? If I'm putting together sales funnels, that's fine, all right? But at the end of the day, what I really want to do is I want to get on the phone with you. That's the whole point. I want to have a conversation to figure out, to help you figure out whether or not me and my company are going to be a fit for you, as well as to make sure that you are going to be a good fit for me and my company. Fundamentally, that's what a toe dip is. So why would I use a funnel process to be able to map that out? Instead, what I would do, I might use funnel concepts. I might use some of the same tools and tactics to make sure that I figure out a way to get somebody on the phone with me. But at the same point, at the end of the day, that's my goal. I'm trying to get somebody on the phone. I'm not necessarily trying to create a sale with an order bump. That's a funnel process, two very different things. And so when you try to take two very different things and come up with, create one goal and one outcome out of it, you just need to make sure that the outcome that you're trying to create actually meshes with the two pieces that you're using. So again, main thing to take away here is let's just make sure you identify what your sales process is in the real world for whatever it is that means, and then know what that is firmly in place before we ever try to figure out how to go into the web and make the web work for you.